Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. President Uhuru Kenyatta has begun the process of kicking out his deputy, William Ruto, out of Mount Kenya politics. And the question which most Kenyans are currently asking is whether the president is actually going to succeed in kicking out William Ruto out of Mount Kenya politics, or whether the deputy president will end up laughing by defeating President Ruto Kenyatta in his own backyard. We all know that the handshake between the president and Raila Odinga in 2018 changed the politics of this country completely. And William Ruto, in his own wisdom, decided not to support that handshake because he suspected that the president was going to use that particular handshake to support Raila Odinga or someone else. So he went and consolidated the larger Mount Kenya region. So will the president succeed? Because the president has been working according to him. And now this is the time for him to go to the ground. So which means for the last 4 years, William Ruto has been on the ground in the larger Mount Kenya region. The president has been holed up in his office at State House. Will he manage to convince his people? And Kenyans will also be able to know whether the support the deputy president enjoys in the larger Mount Kenya region is actually cosmetic. So in this video today, I want us to look at how the president intends to kick out his deputy from the larger Mount Kenya region. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, what we do on this channel is simple. We analyze politics in a way you can't find any other place. So the best thing you can do is just to click that subscribe button now, so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Now, let us get back to the main issue. And by the way, to the subscribers, I want to thank you guys. Give this video a thumbs up, share the videos, and you can also drop the comments. Will President Ruto Kenyatta succeed in kicking out William Ruto out of the larger Mount Kenya region? The answer is yes and no. But I think the president must first of all deal with the 4 main issues. The first issue or challenge he must deal with is William Ruto's popularity in the larger Mount Kenya region. You know, after the handshake, the deputy president did something which the president failed to read. The deputy president went to the larger Mount Kenya region and portrayed President Ruto Kenyatta as a failure, which means the only person who was working was the deputy president. So it means the deputy president used the handshake against the president because Raila Odinga was unpopular in the region. So the DP went to the region and convinced them Raila Odinga is unpopular and the president is supporting him. And that's why no development is happening. While that was happening, the deputy president was busy launching projects here, there, and there. So the deputy president became very popular in the larger Mount Kenya region. So will the deputy president, will President Ruto Kenyatta manage to deal with the alleged popularity of William Ruto in the larger Mount Kenya region? So that's the first thing. The second thing the president will have to deal with is Raila Odinga factor, which I think he has managed now to deal with. You know, for a long time, almost over 20 years or 15 years, the people of the larger Mount Kenya region have always been made to believe that Raila Odinga is a very bad man, that Raila Odinga is a devil. In the last election alone, President Ruto Kenyatta himself had to hire the services of Cambridge Analytica just to convince the people of the larger Mount Kenya region and to persuade them in their minds that Raila Odinga is not a human being, Raila Odinga is a devil. In fact, there are mature people in larger Mount Kenya region who up to now believe that Raila Odinga is not a human being. That, for example, Tibim, something which was coined by Babu Owino, is actually part of devil worshipping. So the president will have to deal with the Raila Odinga factor. And the only advantage he has is that Raila Odinga has been able now to go to the larger Mount Kenya region, and at least people are already embracing him. So that's the second thing he will have to deal with. The third thing President Uhuru Kenyatta will have to deal with is the Jubilee failure, alleged Jubilee failure. And of course, President Ruth Kenyatta is, I've always maintained here, is a very shrewd politician. When the deputy president and his brigades embarked on that campaign that Jubilee has failed, Jubilee is doing nothing, Jubilee is concentrating projects in ODM strongholds, sijui port of Kisumu, Mount Kenya region, nothing. So the president just kept quiet, went underground, and initiated projects. And those projects are being completed and they are being seen. So at least for now, the president can go to those people and tell them that when I was with this guy, we were just launching fake projects. But now without him, we've been able to achieve A, B, C, D. So that Jubilee failure is something the president will have to deal with. And the last thing he will have to deal with is what is called betrayal tag. You know, the people supporting the DP have always insisted that they're supporting him, like Alice Wahome, Susan Kik, and Ndindi Nyoro. They are insisting that they are supporting Ruto because President Ruto Kenyatta told them. You know, if someone told you to support someone and that same person is telling you not to support that guy, must you stick with supporting him? Those are issues he will be able to deal with. And there's also this issue that you can't enter into a deal with Mount Kenya. So that's something the president will also deal with because he promised Ruto. In fact, President Ruto Kenyatta promised to support Ruto publicly, so we'll have to deal with it. But how is the president planning to kick out William Ruto out of the larger Mount Kenya region? Yesterday, he met with the members of parliament from that region. And he told them he's ready for the DP. The same yesterday, the Secretary General issued notice for Jubilee National Delegates Conference, which will happen on the 25th and 26th of this month. That's exactly the same day ODM party will also be holding its National Delegates Conference. I'm told after Jubilee NDC, the troop will move to Nyayo Stadium and Raila Odinga will be unveiled as the joint candidate. But let us not get into all those. What are the strategies President Ruto Kenyatta is planning to use to finish William Ruto? His first strategy is to revamp Jubilee Party. What is the fate of Jubilee Party as we speak in the larger Mount Kenya region? Is Jubilee Party dead or is Jubilee Party still alive? If Jubilee Party is dead, can it be made to be alive? And if it's alive, can Jubilee Party be revamped? So the president is planning to revamp Jubilee Party. By revamping Jubilee Party, it means Jubilee is going to get more visibility on the ground. I don't know whether the few months remaining will be enough to fully revamp Jubilee. But one thing I know for sure is that President Ruto Kenyatta is someone you can't really underrate. He already has his structures. I'm told President Ruto Kenyatta has that TNS structure, which he formed in 2013. It's still active on the ground. So he only needs to reactivate or to revamp that network, reactivate them. And that's why he was telling them he's ready to spend. And no, Uhuru Kenyatta being the president, apart from being the president, he's also a billionaire. So he's planning to revamp Jubilee. So the moment Jubilee will be revamped in the larger Mount Kenya region, it means it will now be ready to face off with the UDA. And that will be the time we'll be able to know whether Ruto is more popular and strong on the ground there. So that's the first strategy. The second strategy, which I think is likely to work, is his intention to fund aspirants. You know, what Uhuru intends to do is to identify strong candidates. Something they tried in Kiamba, for example. Identify strong candidates and then support these strong candidates financially and using state resources. These candidates will then give William Ruto and his brigades a lot of trouble and problems on the ground. And I'm told already someone like Ndindi Nyoro has an opponent, someone who is on his own right is very wealthy. If that kind of a person has the backing of the president, if the president goes, for example, to the ground and pleads with these people that, you know, I am the president. I'm your son. I know what I'm telling you guys. I know the intentions of these people. Trust me. There are people who will listen to the president. So he's planning to fund aspirants. And apart from funding aspirants, I'm told the other thing they are doing is that they're looking around, especially the governors, because Uhuru Kenyatta's intention is to make sure that they win as many seats as possible. So they are going to do catch up. Already Ruto is up there. So they are going to do catch up to be able to win many seats. So they are also trying to figure out which coalitions to enter into with. For example, in Meru, will it be prudent for him to support another political party in Embu? Will it be okay for him to reach out to Moses Kuria and allow Moses Kuria to also sponsor candidates in the region? So basically, the idea of funding aspirants, in fact, the main reason why William Ruto's party was attracting people was because of the perception that the DP was going to fund most of those guys. If they're going to get fundings elsewhere, why not try? The third thing they're doing is to rebrand Jubilee. The idea behind rebranding Jubilee is simply to shade the past. You know, Jubilee has a history. Originally, it was a coalition between URP and TNA. TNA was the party for the larger Mount Kenya region. So in the last election, and I was reading in the newspaper today, where the former commissioner of KRA, Waweru, who was actively involved in politics, was explaining how, for example, he realized that Ruto had placed his people to take charge of nominations, and when he shared this with Uhuru Kenyatta's brother, he promised to do something, and they did nothing. And basically, he realized that by that time, the DP was plotting to take control of the larger Mount Kenya region. So what now they are trying to do is to rebrand Jubilee. Jubilee, to give it kind of that TNF feeling. Already, they've replaced that hand with a dove. They've removed the yellow colors, and I think they've replaced it with the red, or is it white? So we are going to have, and by the way, during the NDC, one of the things they're going to do will be to ratify those proposed changes. So the truth of the matter is that by trying to shade off the past, by rebranding Jubilee, they hope that the current Jubilee might actually get a new lease of life. Number 4 is that the president intends now to personally start embarking on a campaign trail in the larger Mount Kenya region. The truth of the matter is that William Ruto has made trips, countless trips in the larger Mount Kenya region. So far, he knows his strength. The president has not made those trips, so we can't tell President Rukh Kenyatta's strength. And during their meeting, I'm told the president told those guys that sometimes when you go for a war, you have to wait. You don't use all your arsenals, because the opponent, you should not fire all of them. So the truth of the matter is that the moment the president will hit the campaign trail and start talking to his people, explaining to them A, B, C, D, maybe that's when we'll be able to know whether the president is popular or the president is not popular. And it is hoped that by the fact that he will be going there personally, at least his people will be able to listen to him. These are people who voted for President Rukh Kenyatta 3 times. You can't convince me that they can't listen to the president. But let us wait and see how that campaign trail is going to work, whether you will be going with Raila Odinga or you will just concentrate in the larger Mount Kenya region. So far, I'm told, based on the latest opinion polls, that since DP Ruto entered into coalition agreement with Musalia Mudavadi, he's not doing so well in the larger Mount Kenya region. The number of undecided has actually increased. Many people have left with the DP, and they are now in the undecided. So those are the people the president will be targeting. Remember, President Rukh Kenyatta enjoys the support of the intelligence, so which means whatever he's doing is based on the intelligence report. And lastly is to expose Ruto. How will exposing Ruto impact on the larger Mount Kenya politics? Let's say the president will say that this guy wanted to maybe eliminate me, maybe this guy wanted to impeach me, or maybe this guy wanted to sabotage me, or this guy just wanted to blackmail me, how will that impact on the larger Mount Kenya politics? Let us wait and see. But until that time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.